Ben Shapiro is under hot fire, in hot water.
What does Jude do now?
This is what he has to say about retirement. Here we go, Ben.
It's totally crazy. Joe Biden, if that were the case, Joe Biden should not be running for president. Hey, Joe Biden is 81 years old. The retirement age in the United States at which you start to receive Social Security and you are eligible for Medicare is 65. Joe Biden has technically been eligible for Social Security and Medicare for 16 years, and he wants to continue in office until he is 86, which is 19 years past when he would be eligible for retirement. No one in the United States should be retiring at 65 years old. Frankly, I think retirement itself is a stupid idea unless you have some sort of health problem. Everybody that I know who is elderly, who has retired, is dead within 5 years.
That's the...
So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the
That's fucking stupid. I guarantee you that his parents are retired in Florida.
Right.
Your parents are probably like, well, and he's only like in his, late 30s, maybe
Probably.
40 now. So his parents are retired and they're not 65. And I don't know if that's true, but you have to take my word for it.
Yeah. Well, and also it's weird because the beginning of the clip, he's like shitting on Joe Biden for wanting to still be president. Then the next thing he's saying is he shouldn't retire, which makes no fucking sense.
Doesn't that contradict everything conservatives have been saying this whole time is that Joe Biden's too old? So now it's okay that Joe Biden's that old. You should all also have to work that old.
Exactly.
And the only reason people live this long now is because modern medicine stuff. So now we should be punished for having better standards of living.
And people have been sending him pictures of the Auschwitz camp. They're like, work until you're dead. Okay, Ben, you start, and
it's definitely not true that people
die
within 5 years of retiring.
Yeah. There's definitely something where they don't know what to do with their life, but it's that doesn't mean they should just be working until they die.
Well, and also isn't that a whole thing? Social Security is a huge problem. There's not going to be any money left in Social Security, or it's running out.
That's
because there's
say.
a million old people that are retired. So it already doesn't make sense.
So maybe that's part of the propaganda is this anti-retirement propaganda to kind of lessen the blow of people retiring. But it's also funny to me, almost every political argument, conservatives start ahead of the game because what do liberals want? They want 3-day work weeks and they want to be paid double and all this la la la. You know that Alex Jones, the liberal song, was la la la, fentanyl deaths, da da da. But Republicans, they go, okay, so this is who I'm up against: 3-day work days, double the wages. Instead of explaining why it wouldn't work, just logically, they go, actually, you shouldn't even be allowed to retire. And it's how do you fucking lose an argument that you're already so far ahead? They never cease to amaze me with the way that they just suck at arguing. And I don't know.
Well, it's, oh man, I don't want to do that. Well, it's both sides, man.
Yeah,
it's both sides. But really, it's just the most retarded overcorrecting ever. Mm-hmm. Where it's all you have to do is say well, what you just said really, which is just to make arguments for it. Instead, it's they have to show why hard work is important.
Yeah,
or something instead of just saying it's impractical that we work 3 days a week.
Yeah. But whatever. We're in stupid ass baby land. I don't know.
What else does he say? Does he keep going?
Yeah, we can.
And they lose their purpose in life by losing their job. Purpose in life by losing their job, and they stop working. Things go to hell in a handbasket real quick. But
let it be
put all
slaves.
of that aside, just on a fiscal level and on a logical level. When Franklin Delano Roosevelt established 65 as the retirement age, the average life expectancy in the United States was 63 years old. Today, the average life expectancy in the United States is close to 80. It's totally insane that you believe that you should be able to work from the time that you are essentially 20 to the time that you are 65, which is a 45-year period, pay in, and then you will receive Social Security benefits sufficient to support you.
Shouldn't you,
and your
by the
family.
way, shouldn't he
You and your
be
wife
against Social
For
Security?
God damn it. Sorry.
Mr. Principled over here, Mr. Principal, his whole thing should just be anti-social Social Security.
Mm-hmm.
So he shouldn't even be pushing any of this shit. He should just be making an argument against Social Security. I mean, that's normally what he does, is he just has to make his, libertarian points. This is a libertarian episode.
Yeah. This is the critique of Do Tread on Them. That's what the title of the episode is. What was I going to say about this?
And we got
gay
3
shit?
episode titles now.
Yeah, we're going to break this up into 10-minute parts, which is the way I watched Ace Ventura for the first time on YouTube. It was broken up into 10-minute segments, as many movies used to be. Anyway, Ben Shapiro, I feel like the life expectancy in the U.S. still fluctuates. Now it's going down. So it's what, now you pass a bill that says you get retirement when you're 80, but then what happens when it drops to 70? Then it's stupid. 65 is a great year because then it at least enforces this idea for half of your life you won't be working, which is good,
Maybe half of your life you won't be working.
He said, say you enter the workforce when you're 20. So that's 20 years where you're, not working. Then if you're 65 and you live to be 85, that's about half your life where you're not.
Sure. Okay, yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of like a good thing. And in Europe, they get like 3 months off. They get like our school level of summer vacation.
Yeah, and I'm totally with the Democrats on this. I want the
Yeah.
3-day work weeks. I want the 2-day work week. I want the no-day work week.
Right. No, and I agree too. I mean, work sucks. That's the other thing that like Republicans can never concede to. Like, and they love to share videos like TikToks where it's like a girl who just graduated college is complaining about working, and they're like, this entitled brat just can't pull herself up by the bootstraps. And it's like, no, working is hell and it sucks dick. That's why we're trying to do like a podcast so we don't have to work. We're doing more work so we don't have to work.
It's true. The other thing too, the conservatives will do, and I know you remember this because Nelson, do you remember when what was his name? Oh, Yang. Yang was running for president.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Andrew Yang.
And he was like worried about like automation.
Uh-huh.
And Nelson was always like, well, I just don't see because, once those jobs are automated, there's new jobs that are created. And It's like they just think there's like this perfect trade-off of things. It doesn't make any sense at all.
No, that's like a logical, retarded argument to make because it's like, what? So you repair the machines? Like a guy with a high school degree can't just figure out how to repair these machines. That requires more schooling and more regulation.
And it doesn't replace. It's not an even trade-off.
Right.
It's not like now that there's a machine to do your job, you become the repairman for the machine. That's one guy that has to come in and fix 20 machines that 20 people were working on. So It's not like some even trade-off. And then that's why I liked Yang, because he was going to give the UBI or whatever, the monthly fucking stipend.
$1,000 a month?
Because it's like, dude, if things are getting automated, then that means work is being done, and that means money or whatever is being created. Wealth is being created. So then that wealth should theoretically mean I have to work less.
Yeah.
But it doesn't ever mean that. It just means that there's some new bullshit job that pays less. It's all messed up.
No, it is.
And they don't seem to really want any solutions. They just want to tell you that work hard until you're 80.
And then you get your little happy check and you can retire and all this stuff and be the slave for the rest of your life. So, but we like it if you use your slave dollars to donate to our Patreon. Once we have a Patreon,
in the meantime, make
you
3 accounts and just subscribe on all of them.
So that is your due diligence, doing your due diligence.